yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light.
So the next film I am discussing is the romance film Love Actually, which is set in the UK at Christmas time. What we see is previously the mother of the family discovered a gold necklace that she thought that the husband bought for her in the jacket, and then we get the reveal that it wasn't bought for her, and it was bought for a mistress that he's cheating on the wife with. So we can see that the mum is putting on a very bubbly act for the children. She's very happy and she's very excited. It's Christmas. She's wearing a bright red jumper. It's a whole family congregation around Christmas time. Everyone's
Present
happy.
only each tonight. Who's got one for Dad?
I have.
Let Mummy go first.
Okay, I'll get it. I'll get it.
No. I want to choose mine. I want to choose mine. I think I want this one.
I have, of course, bought the traditional scarf as well, but this is my other slightly special, personal one.
Thank you. That's a real first.
That line there is really heartbreaking, where she's saying it's a real first. So what she thinks is the necklace was bought for her, and what she never got was the right treatment from the husband, obviously. So to say it's a real first shows just how much she appreciated the husband actually finally, being a man and getting her something that's a really nice present for her. She's so happy. She thinks that the man's finally putting in an effort to show how much he loves her, which is really, really sad whenever it's revealed that it's not, the necklace isn't for her, and that it's a CD instead.
What is it?
I'm going to... All right, I'll rip it.
The look on her face whenever she realizes it's a CD, and then it cuts to the husband's face of him slightly realizing that she's upset with the DVD as well. I mean, he's just so useless, isn't he? He's sitting there looking at her. He's thinking it in his own head. Oh, I've cooked with this one. I've gotten her something she's gonna love. He doesn't know a damn thing, does he? I mean, he's standing there like an idiot. He's the one that shows that he's unhappy. When the wife doesn't appreciate the fact that she's gotten a CD. It's crazy. And then what's really, really sad to see is just the way that she's trying to smile it off, just for the kids' sake. She's trying to smile it off, and she's smiling despite her obvious disappointment in her face.
Joni Mitchell, wow.
To continue your emotional education.
Yes. Goodness. That's great.
My brilliant wife.
Ah, yes. Actually, do you mind if I just absent myself for a second? All that ice cream.
And whenever he says "my brilliant wife," she's clearly taken aback at that, and she's rejecting his love. She's going, yes, of course, and while still smiling for the kids' sake. I feel like with this character in the film, and more so what mums do at Christmas time, is they put on this really fake happy, smiley personality for the kids' sake, while rejecting, her own issues and confronting them.
Second, all that ice cream. Darling, could you just make sure the kids are ready to go?
All right, no.
I'll be back in a minute.
Moons and Junes and fairies.
The film does as well. I mean, it's showing the mistress crawl out of her bed, and the mistress is she's a lot younger than his wife. She's scantily clad, not wearing a lot of clothes. And she looks absolutely nothing like the wife. In fact, like pretty much an invert version of her. She's still got the short hair, but it's dark brown, not blonde. Her skin's more tanned. Her facial structure, it's kind of similar to the wives, but not so much. Obviously she's a lot younger. She flaunts her body more. She is wearing the same colors that the wife was wearing. Her room is all shades of like a purple pink color. What it makes it looks like and even the way that she approaches the frame of the camera, it kind of makes her look like a dream, you know. As she's blurred out to begin with, and then she gets out of bed and goes towards the mirror, I'm guessing is the framing, and she puts on the gold necklace, you know. So maybe it's remarking on the way that the husband sees this woman in comparison to the wife, as you know, this like rose tinted glasses dream girl, this young hot, you know, opposite of what he has at home type of thing, you know. So there's so much stuff you could take from it.
The dizzy dancing way that you feel as every fairy tale comes real.
And then the film cuts to show all of the family photos in the wife's room of the kids, and it just really shows where the two different priorities were in the marriage the whole time. You know, you've got the man kind of just looking at the door, not having enough time for his kids, but you know, and the wife is the strong mum that the kids rely on to be happy, you know. And you can see just how important the kids actually mean to her as well, how much the kids love her, and how much that the husband sacrificed to be with this younger woman. It's just really, really sad. And then the music is reflecting what is happening in the scene as well. The music has a lot of themes of, you know, love not being what it seems to be, you know, and the burning flame of marriage and it fizzling out over time, and yeah.
I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show.
We can see it as there's a compilation of family photographs. You can see that the dad is, you know, with his kids. He's supposedly happy. You know, the wife is so shocked by just the switch up on it, and then we see the CD cover, and it shows a woman on it who's drinking wine and smoking a cigarette, and she looks quite like the wife in the photo. You know, she's blonde. She's got red lipstick hair. In my idea, it's maybe that's the way that the husband sees the wife as the CD cover, because he said that he bought it because it reminded him of her. So what it might be is, you know, the CD cover, he saw that one in the CD shop and went, oh, this is my wife, I'll get her this, and this is the way that he sees her. So he sees her as this, you know, this disheveled, worn out, miserable old hag, you know, that he has to put up with when he gets to the house, who's relying on wine and the escapes of nicotine and cigarettes to get her through the day, you know. And I think it's the contrast of the way that we saw the mistress and the girl in that like rose tinted purple room, and now we're seeing the wife represented on the CD cover, and the background of that, of course, is more of a darker purple, more of like a, you know, a dirty walled purple compared to what the mistress's room is. I don't know. You could you know, take anything into it. And then the lyrics, and now it's just another show. It's just again reflecting on the relationship between the wife and the husband, and we can see that the room doesn't have any pillows on the bed, which is weird. It's also divided. The window is one half of the room, and the husband's side is the other half, and the wife is sitting on the left hand side, and she's listening to the DVD that the husband got to cover up her tears, which is really, really sad. And she's just staring at all of her family photographs and reflecting on all the memories that she's had and everything. And now she's realizing what she has to do. She has to, you know, put on this fake smile, this fake enjoyment, because it's Christmas, and she doesn't want to ruin the kids' Christmas, you know. You can see that the way that she's holding her wrist and staring up to the ceiling, it's almost like a sense of guilt. It's the realization kicking in, obviously, and then what she's doing is she's feeling her wedding ring on her finger against her wrist. You know, maybe it's her remembering how her husband used to hold her hand. There's so many stuff.
And you go, and if you can.
She looks to the husband's side of the room. So my idea was right of the two rooms being divided. On the right hand side, you can see all the husband's objects. You can see his books. And what is actually just coming to me now is that on the left hand side is all of the photographs of the kids and of the family memories on the left hand side of the mother's bed, and then on the right hand side of the husband's bed there's nothing. It's just his workbooks, and it's just like an alarm clock and a phone ready to get rung as soon as work calls him in, probably. You know, so it just shows the divide. It shows also, again, the mother's bright red coloured cardigan in comparison to the husband's, you know, brown dull jacket and just dull appearance in general. You know, it just shows that the contrast of you know, the life that the two people have and the way that they see the world. She's looking at the husband's side of the room with this sense of it's not even remorse, it's anger. She's just upset and more so at herself for letting this go on for so long without realizing. But then she's disgusted. She's realizing that she's looking at this other side of the room. I've been sleeping with this man for 20 years, 15 years, and he's decided to cheat on me on Christmas time as well. It's just crazy. Yeah.
Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now. From
the lyrics, I've looked at love from both sides now. Again, it's showing that she's trying to see the side from his point of view. She's maybe blaming herself for some of it, blaming herself for not being attractive, for maybe letting herself go for the kids, but she knows ultimately that no matter what, the husband would probably still do it. She first wipes her eye, and then the emotion just gets too much, and she covers both eyes, and she's starting to have a break.
now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions that I recall. I really don't know love. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and
again, I really don't know now. Again, she really doesn't know what to think, and what she does instantly is she cleans herself up, which is just really sad. She cries, she thinks about herself for what, maybe about 10 seconds, and then goes back to thinking about the kids. You can actually see the change in her eye when she does this. You can see how she thinks more about the family. She's always putting the family first and herself second, which is again what most mums do, and the husband just doesn't realise that. He doesn't want to deal with any of that, so she's wiping her eyes and making herself presentable to go back in there.
Fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams.
Oh my god, she even fixes the bed cover at the very bottom of the bed. It just shows how I think that she feels this need to have such like control, and everything has to be perfect. You know, she's breaking down in her room. She just realizes that her husband's been cheating on her for the past years, and she feels the need to fix the bed cover for him to come back to the room for later. It's crazy. I think she actually realizes how stupid it is that she's doing it, because she's now leaning against the bed and looking onto the husband's side of the room and staring with this like vengeful look in her eyes of, you disgusting little man, you little midget. You specky four-eyed little freak, you. I'm gonna get my revenge.
And schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at.
You can even see, whenever she leaves the room, you can see that there's a big bag of presents on her side with wrapping paper. And on the husband side, there's just absolutely nothing. You know, it just shows that where his priorities are in the world. That he's not thinking about the kids at Christmas time at all. You know, he doesn't have their presents set out for them. He doesn't have anything for them. It's just, yeah, it's really sad.
Life that way.
And then she goes back into the living room now, and then she actually stops for a second to compose herself. Literally waving her tears away, and you know, rejecting the need to be you know, upset.
All but now, old friends.
Oh my God!
They're acting
That's a miracle.
strange. And they shake their
She goes into the living room, and the switch up of her acting happy and, you know, being happy to see everyone, and it's just really sad. Okay, so that was yep, bye bye.